Hello, my lovelies. How are you doing? Yeah, that sounds like me. It's me, Mario. Luigi. Mario. Just waking up in the morning. Gotta thank God. Thank you, God. I don't know, but the day seems kind of odd. No barking from a dog. She's laying right here beside me. No fog, and Mama cooked the breakfast with no Claude. Hey, I can't believe today is a good day. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Today we're going to do a very short video on the secrets of Diablo 2 Resurrected. Before you buy it, don't buy this game yet. I want you guys to watch this video because there's some things that people are not going to tell you. We got some very important points to go over. It's going to be a very brief video, my lovelies, my beautiful people. But there are some secrets to this game that the average Joe is unfortunately not privy to. So it's only 20 bucks. Hey, what's 20 bucks? You know, I just filled up my gas tank, 10 gallons of gas for 50 bucks. But you know, that's neither here nor there. So the first thing that I would like to talk to you about is this game is beautiful. The devs have done a wonderful job. This latest patch, huge success. Everybody very happy with this latest patch. Everybody loves it. Who's here? Hey, Iron Anger, are you here, Iron Anger? Is this me? Is this you? What's going on right now? Is that you, buddy? God bless you, Iron Anger. I hope you're having a good day. I just got back from a date with my wife. We went to watch the new Doctor Strange movie. It was fantastic. Shake and bake. If you ain't first, you last, baby. Big shout out to Iron Anger. Ladies and gentlemen, the first thing I'd like to talk to you about, this is a 20-year-old game. Yes, beautiful graphics. Beautiful graphics. This is what the game actually looks like. There's a program that runs over it that makes it into this gloriousness that you see before you. It's a 20-year-old game, and I'm a little bit of an expert in 20-year-old games because I played this game called EverQuest. And Diablo is very similar to EverQuest. You know, I'm not going to say anything bad about this new generation because they're so talented. They do so many wonderful things on the TikToks and the Instagrams and the YouTube clips and the Facebook clips. We live in a very I want what I want in 3 minute society, right? That's kind of the nature of the beast right now. If I can't get what I want in 3 minutes, I'm not happy. Bruh, this ain't the game for anybody with that mentality. Let me just tell you right off the get-go that that's not Diablo 2 Resurrected. Straight up, it's hardcore, it's old school, it's like EverQuest. It's going to make you suffer. So do not get this game if you think you're just going to load in and get that hit of a, you know, whatever endorphin brain hit chemical you're going to get hit with in 3 minutes. This isn't Raid Shadow Legends. This isn't The Last Epoch. This isn't any of those other type of games. This is the OG classic. It is pain. Man, I've done more studying for this stinking game just to be adequate at it than I've put in any MMO. Even Black Desert Online, which is an incredibly convoluted game. This game is very, very difficult. You're going to die. If you die, leave the game and come back into the game. Your body will be at your feet. Don't worry about going to get it. All you're going to do is cause weeping and gnashing of teeth. You're going to beat your head against the wall in frustration because you can't get to your body, and you're going to die 6 or 7 more times. Now, the good news is the experience penalty in this game isn't nearly as bad as EverQuest. So you can make mistakes and not feel bad about it. Okay? Number 2, this is something that really gets my goat. It really frustrates me, so I'm going to talk about it next. The number 2 thing I like to talk to you guys about Diablo 2 Resurrected is do not drop an item on the game. Okay, we're in this situation right now where you run out of room, you gotta identify some stuff with Decker Cane, you throw your super 40% magic find geeds on the ground. Oh, your mom calls you because it's almost Mother's Day, right? Oh, hey mom, how you doing? You look back at the screen, geeds is gone. Yeah, let me save you guys this frustration, okay? If you're in the middle, if you're in the middle of any identified transaction It is paramount you understand what a dangerous situation you're in this game. I have no idea why they've decided to do it this way, but there's other versions of the game where I can go to Decker Kane and identify items in my Herodic Cube. I got this crazy idea. Give us 3 times as much stash space, Blizzard, but it can only hold unidentified items. Just off the top of my head. It could be page 1, page 2, page 3. I mean, anything other than I gotta put this 10% Angelus on the ground so I can identify something that 99.9% of the time is going to be garbage. You know what I'm saying? This really gets my goat, and I don't want it to happen to any of you guys out there, which is why I'm talking about this second. It happened to me. I lost 2 Necromancer Summoners. And it broke my heart to lose those Summoners. And did I even like any of the stuff I identified? No. What pressing matter came upon me at that moment? I had to go use the restroom. Yeah. And not in this game, you don't, buddy. Not in this game. You better turn off your cell phone, turn off your TikToks, turn off your Instagrams, because if you look away for 1 minute with that GG item on the ground, it's going to just disappear. And there's no simple solution for it. The devs are going to have to fix that. But I have every confidence in these devs. They're exceptional. They want a player base to come back. They've done a fantastic job. They've done so many things right. But this one wrong thing will ruin your day. Let's say you just loaded into Diablo 2 Resurrected. You go to the Den of Evil. You killed the first boss in the game and he drops a unique. Oh my goodness, he dropped a unique. You gotta go take the dog outside real quick. You come back, there's nothing on the ground. You know, that kind of stuff happens. It sounds crazy, but that kind of stuff happens. You need to be made aware. This game will punish you for the slightest mistake. Point number 3. This is called a paladin. This is a paladin class right here. You're gonna look at the paladin and you're gonna say, "Oh my gosh, look at all these beautiful auras. Oh, there's defensive auras, there's offensive auras, there's combat skills. Oh, you can't stack auras." Okay? Straight off the bat, I want to tell you, you can't stack auras. But here's the bigger point. You're going to look at the skill trees for all 7 classes and you're going to say, "Oh my goodness, I can't wait to go out there with Holy Bolt. I'm going to make a Holy Bolt build and I'm going to beat this game with Holy Bolt." If your name is Mr. Llama, yes, you can do that. If your name is Joe Schmo from Alamo, this is never going to happen in a billion years. Because all abilities in Diablo 2 Resurrected are not created equally. That's an imbalance in the meta. It's a deliberate design choice. But just picking an ability and saying, "Gosh, I'd like to take that all the way to in-game," it ain't going to work. And the funny thing about it is, the ones at the bottom aren't necessarily the best abilities in the game. You see I'm using Zeal, second one down. This is a Conviction Paladin. But the way this guy does damage is actually my gear. The items that I'm wearing do all the damage for me, right? It has very little to do with anything except Conviction and the gear that I'm wearing, right? Very complicated. You're going to make your first character and you're going to be like, "Oh man, you know what? I like to have a lot of magic." You know, when I'm a warrior and I'm out there and I'm doing my warrior things, I'm shouting enemies to death, I need a lot of magic. I would agree with you, 100%. A min-maxer who's a Diablo expert will choke to death if they see you put any points into anything other than vitality. This is what every guide you're ever going to read on Diablo 2 is going to say. "Oh, you're building a new character? Just enough strength to put on items, just enough dex to put on items, everything else in the vitality. Don't worry about this statistic right here. It's just for looks." Obviously, on this one character, I agreed with him. But on my Singer Barbarian, he's got extra points in energy. And I personally highly recommend it. But again, you got 20 years of people who've been playing this game, know the ins and outs. They've min-maxed it to the most optimal position it'll ever get to. Unfortunately, when you go look at those builds, you're going to need to Google almost everything about every ability. Get used to the Diablo wikis. because you're going to be there a lot. This game is not as simple as, me want to be barbarian. Barbarian strong. Which brings me to the next point. Barbarian's not strong. Yeah! Mind blown. Can you believe such a thing? Like, I can remember the first time I played Diablo 2 20 years ago. And I played a barbarian. And I got my butt handed to me. Because, counterintuitively to everything you've been led to believe, melee characters in this game suck. They suck big time. They're not impossible to play. They're not impossible to win with. But by golly, you better be a PhD in Diablo 2. If you think you're just going to whip up a barbarian, go out into the wild and beat the game. It's not going to happen. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of study. Don't think just because I picked a melee character my game's going to be easy. That's hard mode in Diablo 2. If you want to know the easy classes to play in Diablo 2, any type of sorceress. there. Any type of sorceress. You have teleport, you have mana regeneration, you have so many useful tools. All the spells do damage, blah, blah, blah. Here's the other thing. Summon Necromancer, very easy to understand. Very easy to get very far in the game with no gear. A Summon Druid, very easy to get far in the game. Okay? Those are the classes that you're going to want to get your feet wet with. So since this is a 20-year-old game, there's what we call the meta specs, the best-in-class specs. Don't worry about those. Because unless you have 20 burr worth of gear, which is like the equivalent of a year and a half of grinding, or depends on how good you are at the game. If you're elite, you know, a month. If you're like me, a year and a half. So I hope you got a lot of extra time on your hands, because if you want to make that build work, you're gonna have to have some best in slot gear. The cheapest build that I can think of off the top of my head that's effective in this game is a Javazon, and you need one item. It's called the Razor Tail Belt. Let's see if we even have it in here. I think I took it off and put it on another character. There it is right there. There's the Razor Tail. That's the one item you need. But you need this item. It's an easy item to trade for. Not as easy to find as people will lead you to believe. So just because you think your fantasy is to go out as a warrior and swing 2 clubs and beat things to death with blunt damage, the game just doesn't work that way. You can do anything in normal. So if it fulfills your fantasy to beat Bell to death with 2 clubs in normal, mission accomplished, you can do it. No sweat, no problem, do it. Go ham. But you're not going to beat Nightmare in Hell with whatever you want the first time you play this game. It requires a level of preparation. There's a lot of good guides out there put out by a lot of people much smarter than me. Icy Veins, Max Roll GG. They have some really great guides. And once you understand how a class works and where their damage comes from and exactly what monsters you're going to fight with that particular character, then you can tweak the builds a little bit. So, long story short, the biggest secret this game has is this is not a make me feel good in 3 hours game. This is a I'm in it for the long haul. I expect it to take me a month, 2 months, 3 months to properly gear out a character. That's the mentality that you need to develop before you play this game. At least that's my opinion. You need to be prepared, because the thing that makes this game satisfying is not instantaneous. It's not. You go look at all the videos on Diablo 2 and they're going to say crazy things that you've never seen before, like 10,000 Countess runs. Did we get a single good ring? Let's spend an hour identifying all these rings to find if we got a single good item. That's Diablo 2. That's the straight up truth. So if you're not capable of delayed gratification, then save your 20 bucks. Like straight up, save your 20 bucks. Never look back. You'll never have any regrets. You're going to have to put several hundred hours into your character. Okay? And another thing I like to talk about is, yeah, friends can give you items, friends can make you powerful, and if you're into that kind of thing, that's great. But you won't get the same sense of pride and accomplishment from doing that as you would from purchasing a single EA DLC content. Open up that wallet, put that credit card in there, and buy the latest and greatest from EA games. You know what I'm saying? No. You don't want to be that person. If you're into delayed gratification, like, let me give you an example. You find this one really good spot. Oh, I love killing this enemy. Oh, this is my favorite thing ever. Go kill that enemy. If you can see yourself killing that enemy 1,000 times until you get the gear you want, this is the game for you. Okay? Because the thing about Diablo 2 is, yeah, if I kill Bell in Hell, I've got a 1 in 32,000 chance of getting this GG helmet that I really want. And everywhere else is 1 in 100,000 chance. I got news for you. Math might come out to 1 in 32,000. It could be the very first run. It could never drop from you in your entire career. I just watched Mr. Llama spend like years and years waiting for one item to drop in his game to complete his Holy Grail. He played for years to get one item. So there's going to be all these fancy item calculators out there, and they're going to say, oh, if you really want to get that sword you want, go to the cow level and kill the cow king over and over. He's your best chance. No. You need to find the area that you find visually appealing, that satisfies that little itch, in the back of your brain, and you say to yourself, I could go kill Nilithak in 1 minute over and over for the rest of my life and be happy. Do that. Do the thing that makes you happy, because you're on a wild goose chase if you're looking for a single item in the game. What's much more reasonable is to watch a guide on how to get high runes, like farming lower Karass, like doing cows, like doing multiplayer games in cows, and then taking those runes and trading them for the item that you want. You're going to get much more bang for your buck than, I'm going to use this calculator that tells me that this one very specific mob has a 25% better chance of dropping an item that's 1 in 30,000. Like, I know it seems like this monster is eventually going to drop the item I want. I get all of my best items when I'm not planning to get them. I'll be killing a random monster in the jungle of Act 3 on a brand new character, and there's a bird rune, there's a jaw rune, there's a GG pair of boots that I've been looking for. It's naturally going to come to you with time invested in the game. You cannot rush this process. Going to tell you something else. Once upon a time, let Grandpa Brother Love tell you children a story. Once upon a time, you could hit level 99 in one day. Okay. In one day, nowadays, you could probably get to your 70s and 80s. I mean, if you really pushed it. If you had a good team, like some people got these really good teams, yeah, you could push it really high. We're about to see Mr. Llama hit level 99 for the first time. The game has been out on ladder for several days now. I mean, he has basically played the game non-stop, and he's about to hit level 99, right? It's impressive. I'm impressed. I wrote down the math, and it's something simple, okay? When you hit level 85 and you're doing a bell run, it's going to take you like 10 bell runs to hit 86. And then that doubles. And then it doubles. And then it doubles. And by the time you need to hit level 99 doing bell runs, it's going to take you some 2,000 bell runs to go from 98 to 99. And I got news for you guys. I did an experiment yesterday where I did bell runs on my best character. My best bell run was 3 minutes on a Beastmaster. I found the entrances instantly. I teleported straight to Bell. I killed Bell super fast. 3-minute Bell run. That's my best. My worst was a 14-minute Bell run. So just, multiply 5 to 10 minutes by 2,000. And that's how long it's going to take to hit 99. So when you're building a character and you're saying, I want this character, you need to ask yourself, can I get there by level 90? Do I got all the stat points where I want them by level 90? Because if you don't, it's a significant time investment to hit level 91, to hit level 92. Those points are precious. Make sure that you're spending them all in the right places where you want them, because let's move on to the next thing that they're not going to tell you. The next secret is it's not easy to respec in this game. Oh, just the other day I was doing a run on a character and I accidentally put a point right here in Holy Bolt, right? Me, who's played this game for hundreds if not thousands of hours, right? I put an extra point in Holy Bolt by accident. I deleted that character. Because I'm the kind of person that even though once per difficulty I can come to this lady and reset my skill points for free. That's 3 times in the lifetime of a character. I can't live with myself that I have to do that. You know what I'm saying? It drives me insane to know that I made that one tiny little mistake. So if you have any type of OCD at all, turn off this video and run away as fast as you can. Because you're going to eventually make a mistake and you're going to hate yourself for making that mistake. Now, there are these things called tokens of absolution, which you can trade runes for, blah, blah, blah. Like right here, you can make them yourself. Different mobs drop these powders. You put 4 powders together in the cube. You make a token of absolution. It sounds easy, except it takes a whole... Let's put a number on it. 30 hours. It'll take you 30 hours of farming to get 1 token of absolution. Do you want to invest 30 hours in a character? Or in the same amount of time, could you just simply delete that character, re-roll them, remake it, and beat the entire game in that amount of time? You know what I'm saying? So, you kind of got to take your time and the reward aspects and figure out for yourself, is it really worth the time it's going to take me to undo this mistake? It's just a mistake. The delete button's just 5 seconds away. You know, my advice to you is just re-roll and don't ever think about it again. I mean, I can't tell you how many characters I've deleted. You might have a question, is this ever going to be useful to imbue an item? No. You're never going to find a use for that. But in Act 5, there's a guy who will hole punch an item for you. And what I mean is you can take him a shield that's not a rune word, a breastplate that's not a rune word, a sword that's not a rune word. And he will put the maximum number of sockets in that. Save that. If you can't use it for yourself, sell it to somebody for a rune, for an item, for form gold, for whatever. Which brings me to my next point. Here's another big secret about Diablo 2. Certain parts of the population don't like other parts of the population. There's this real money trade thing that's always been a part of Diablo history. Always been a part. And I don't recommend breaking the terms of service. I don't recommend anybody do that. But I live in the real world and I understand. You've got 1 hour to play on a Saturday. Your kids are driving you crazy. But you know what? You got $20. And you can get that one item to make you feel a little bit better about your life. That's between you and the transactions. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. I can't give you advice to do that because that would break the terms. But I completely understand why people do it. Now, there's another website that trades real money for a form currency. Kind of like, really, the original version of cryptocurrency in my eyes. And I've got a friend, wink, wink, nod, nod, grin, grin. You know what I'm saying? I got a friend who's done hundreds of transactions on that website and has never once been cheated in his entire history. You get what I'm saying? I know a guy who uses that website. Don't feel bad. Don't let other people look down on you because you do something they choose to not do. Forget them. Life's too short. Play the game the way you want to. Have fun. You're not going to get banned for doing it, but I'm still telling you don't do it. Wink, wink. Because, you know, reasons. Now, which brings me to the other point. Collect runes. Runes are going to be your safest way to trade one item for another item. You don't have to worry about breaking terms of service. You don't have to worry about getting cheated. Half the community won't look down on you because you do it. Going to tell you guys how much I care about people looking down on me for my choices. I'm now playing the world's tiniest violin for those people. Dear diary, today a streamer told me to do a real money transaction. I was most offended. I could care less. In fact, it makes me want to do it more when I get vitriol from anybody on that subject. Like, who are you to tell me how to play my game and enjoy my life? Like, seriously. You stick to your little corner of the world and you have fun your way, and I'll have fun my way. Neither one of us is going to hurt anybody, and everybody's going to get along and be one happy family. I've never been cheated in Diablo 2, knock on wood. It's never once happened to me. Ever. And I know that's a little unusual because most people have a really good story for how they got cheated out of an item in Diablo 2. Never bought a duped item, never, nothing like that. So I've only had good experiences in this game. Now, again, just so we're clear, I'm not saying to buy items on a real money trading website. In fact, I wouldn't do it. But there's a certain website, D2JSP, and that's between you and them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're kind of like the Russia rubles thing going on right now. Have you heard about this situation where people are like, we're not going to buy your oil even though we depend on it or we'll freeze to death? And Russia's like, yeah, you put your money here and voila, I turn it into some rubles and then I give you the oil. It's the same thing. You turn your little president bucks into little D2JSP tokens or whatever they call it, foreign gold. And, you know, Peter doesn't know what Paul's doing. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Next thing you know, you got your piece of gear and nobody's the wiser. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same kind of a scheme, right? It makes everybody look good. Everybody feels good about themselves. Nobody gets cheated because they have this very simple program. Let me just say this. If you do use foreign gold and you're at all scared that you're going to get cheated, they have mediators who will do the trade for you. They'll take the gold, they'll take the item, they'll hand you the item, they'll hand them the gold. And it's a fairly quick process for those people who are so paranoid that they got to go through such a thing. Hopefully you'll never have to use such a website, because I'm telling you in this video right now, this game requires hundreds of your hours to get items in the game. Hundreds. This is not a quick fix. This ain't no dopamine ride. This ain't no dragon. There ain't gonna be no monkey on your back. But you will be grinding out your mind to get some good items in this game, guys. It's just not gonna come easy. Okay, so another thing that we need to talk about, things that other people aren't going to tell you about Diablo 2, is there are some bugs. It's a 20-year-old game. You're occasionally going to crash. But things are so much better and so much more stable now than I can ever remember. I'm very grateful to these people. You only have 20 character slots, which sounds like a lot. Oh, you can make 20 characters? Oh, that sounds great. Look, this is my entire bank. This is it. This is my 3 shared tabs. This is my personal tab. Looks like I could use about 20 more tabs, right? I completely agree with you. Space is an issue in this game. And unfortunately, there's another game called Path of Exile where I can whip out my credit card and get a sense of pride and accomplishment along with a couple of extra tabs for no problem. Blizzard, let me give you my money. Seriously, homie, let me hand you my money. Let me buy some tabs for the love of all that's holy. Let these people who want the original experience to just not buy the tabs themselves. I don't care. Make it a DLC. Like, give me the ability to purchase some more inventory, man. I tell you another thing that's going to get on your nerves in this game is you're going to get runes, these things right here, and you're going to get gems, and they don't stack. Yeah, they don't stack. It sucks. It's irritating. It will irritate you because you're going to have a tab full of like full rejuvenation potions in a tab, right? Oh, I gotta keep them all because I'm gonna go fight Diablo and he kills my mercenary immediately, and I gotta survive the fight, and it takes me 10 full rejuvenation potions. Well, got sad news for you. Space is an issue in this game, and it's just something that you're gonna have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the hardcore mentality of when this game was created, and I don't see it getting better anytime soon. But hey, knock on wood, Blizzard, let me give you my money. I don't know what else to tell you there. You like money, right? Activision. Oh wait, they're not Activision anymore. Thank God. They got sold. Anybody, I'm convinced anybody's going to be better than Activision. I'm convinced anybody will be better. And in fact, isn't this game already better? Yes! It's almost like they want people to buy their game. So here's another secret. Why haven't you bought this game yet? Seriously, why are you sitting here listening to me talk about this game ad nauseum? Buy the game. It's hundreds of hours of content for $20. Dude, I just went to the movies with my wife. That was just the cost of the tickets. Like, 2 sodas and a pretzel was $31. We watched a 2-hour movie with, 50 commercials or whatever, and it's over. It was a great experience. I love my wife. We had a great date. But, here's Diablo 2, still right in front of me. Cheaper than the price of a single movie. 3 gas tanks worth of gas right in front of me. Hundreds of hours of fun. Buy this game. You will not be disappointed. There's more viable specs today. That means a build that you can make and take all the way to beat Bell in hell. There's more today than there has ever been. In fact, this build legit wasn't used for 20 years. I mean, people use it as a meme. Now it's God tier. It is a God tier build that can beat all the content in the game in 26 minutes. Like, without touching anything. So if you're a lazy gamer and you're able to, open up your wallet but you ain't got a lot of time, this is the game for you. If you're a try-hard that likes to min-max and you got 100 hours of free time on your hands, this is the game for you. But, again, if you gotta have instant gratification, turn off this video and run as far away as you can, because there is some difficulty and suffering involved in this game. That's why they call the difficulty modes normal, nightmare, and hell. Because nightmare's a nightmare to deal with, and hell's almost impossible for most people to deal with until they learn a whole bunch of the mechanics of the game. I guess the last point that I'll talk about real quick before I end this video and do a super secret stream for my friends and chill, is this. This game is not balanced the way you think it is. To any normal human being, you would say, oh, they have different types of damage. Let's see, we got physical, magic, lightning, fire, cold, poison. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to make a cold-based barbarian, and I'm going to go beat hell, but no, you're not. There's going to be a lot of areas of the game where you're just going to instantly get owned in 2 seconds, and you're not going to kill anything there, and it's going to suck. Because all resistances are not created equally, okay? Here's another difficult concept. If you want to be an elemental fighter in this game, pick lightning. It's the easiest resistance to break of all the resistances in the game. And using a weapon, like, let me give you an example. Check this out, guys. This is called Azurath. It's one of my favorite weapons in the entire game. Love this so much. Look at what it does. 250 to 500 magic damage? Did you know there's only 3 creatures in the whole game that are resistant to magic damage? Just 3. This must be the greatest weapon in the world. It's really good. This is a good weapon. I'm not going to lie to you. I love this weapon. This is one of my favorite items I own. This is not a great weapon for beating the game. Because even though it sounds great to do cold and magic damage, it just isn't as strong as a grief. This is one of the cheapest rune words to make, and a grief is going to kill almost everything in the game because it ignores the target's defense. Turns out that's a really good mechanic. Long story short, the game's deep. It's not balanced the way you and I want it to be balanced. It's not where you just turn on the game and you understand what's going on. It's a little bit deeper than that. Lightning resistance, the easiest to break, and then fire resistance, and then cold resistance. And honestly, nobody worries about magic and poison resistance. Magical poison damage will get you through normal and halfway through nightmare. If you just get a mace with 3 open sockets and Tau in that bad boy, it'll take you really far in this game. At that point, poison damage may as well no longer exist at that point. In hell, you have these things. Not only are they immune to fire and immune to lightning, immune to physical, they have stone skin and they can one-shot you. I mean, stuff is ridiculous in this game, guys. There's a skill ceiling to this game, and if you like difficult games, this is the game for you. Or you could just pretend like there's no such thing as a Nightmare in Hell difficulty. I don't know. Can you live knowing that you've never completely beat a game? I tell you, the other day, I think it was just 2 weeks ago, I beat Ubers in this game for the first time ever in 20 years. I did it on a Barbarian using a Guardian Angel breastplate, just to say that I did it. It was not easy. Do you got that kind of time that you're going to learn every mechanic about a game? Long story short, there's more polished games out there for our current society, but I love this game. I think it's worth the squeeze. Invest a little bit of your time in it, and you'll feel a sense of accomplishment that you rarely feel with anything else. You know, we're in this gotta have it now society, and this game makes you take a deep breath. You could talk to your friends. You know, if you're in the middle of a run, you could just go do something and then come back to the run. You're not going to miss out. There's no fear of missing out, which a lot of games use nowadays. They use FOMO. Even Path of Exile uses FOMO. You know, I'm a big... I hate people that use loot box mechanics and FOMO to take people's money. This game's $20. It'll give you 200 hours of content easy. You're going to be hard-pressed to find a game where the developers care as much as these developers have shown us that they care over the last year and a half. They've done a fantastic job. I tip my hat to them, and I will be ending the video on that point. Thank you so much for listening to me. These were the secrets that you need to know before you buy Diablo 2 Resurrected, or if maybe this just isn't the game for you. Hope you guys have a lovely day. God bless, and bye, guys. Don't worry, guys. I'm still here. I don't know if you guys are still here, but Brother Love's still here. I had to do one video today. I have failed to get Ricky Bobby. Oh, Mortal Ops. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry about that. We did our video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream, change the settings, and restart the stream. I'm going to play a little Dead by Daylight. I'm going to listen to a little music, but I'm not going to record the video. I just needed to put out one video of content today. I hope that's cool with you guys. Love you guys. I will be right back.